What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ATruckerNamedJay, aka FaceTime Daddy in the building, man. I wanted to start the video with a little product placement, give you guys an example of our new FaceTime Daddy mask. Yeah, buddy. Just to let you guys know, man, we got a special going on right now. Anybody who purchases a shirt, any shirt from Holland Creations, whether it's a checking in, call a spade, God Family Trucking, FaceTime Daddy, whatever, we are offering our new FaceTime Daddy mask for free with any purchase of a shirt. So, you're going over to Instagram and you follow Holland Creations, LLC, Creations with a K, and you order one of them $15 shirts, paid a little shipping. Shipping ain't that expensive. I think we had a guy just ordered a shirt from Nebraska. His shipping was about $8. So he spent altogether about $23 for a shirt. And you're gonna get a mask, complimentary, free. So yeah, man. FaceTime Daddy mask, man. And you know, we could put whatever on the mask. We could put God Family Trucking. We could put checking in, whatever. Trucking turn you may want on the mask, complimentary. A little special we're gonna be doing for, you know, for a little while. So what I want to talk about this video though, man. What I want to talk about in this video is how to pimp the leasing scene, right? Because you always hear about guys talking about lease drivers getting pimped. And you know, all lease drivers are getting pimped. All lease drivers are, you know, getting robbed and blah, 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 blah. Here's how I want to break down. I'm not going to dispute that, because if anybody with common sense, common business sense, that is, which is very rare, I see, from what I'm seeing on the internet. Anybody knows with leasing, it's hard to lose with the right lease. Now, if you put yourself in a bad lease, where you're making, you know, you're not maximizing your money, you're not being paid properly, you know, you're not, you know, you have no way to confirm how much you're being, the percentage of what you're being paid. So let me put it out there like this, okay? Because I don't want to talk bad about nobody lease, but let's just from what I've learned, cents per mile in a lease is fine. However, it's just not as much as percentage. It's just not. There's no way to slice it, dice it, sugarcoat it. It's just not. I think that's an assumption that everyone is safe to say. You know, everyone knows that, you know, which is why a lot of times when you see cents per mile leases, those are majority starter companies. You know, you rarely see guys with, you know, more than 2 to 3 years experience in a cents per mile situation, unless their cents per mile is just ridiculous. So, you know, that is if you're in a cents per mile lease, you may not be in the best lease available to you. Just depending on how much experience you have. Number two, if you are getting paid percentage, understand that if you have no way in confirming what you are getting a percentage of, you kind of just gotta hope that the company isn't screwing you over. That's just what it is. Like, and that's not saying a bad thing, because a lot of times they're not, you know, but a lot of times they are too. So it's kind of hard to say. But you just, you know, I wouldn't recommend that type of, it would have to be a rare situation. And I only know of one situation where I would do that, but I'm not going to put that information out to the public. So, you know, I say all that just to say, in those situations, you know, the leasing company may be pimping those drivers. Yeah, I'll give you that. But that does not represent the vast majority of lease drivers on the road. At least I don't think it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just being ignorant and naive. But I don't think that those drivers that are cents per mile or don't know what they're getting a percentage out of, or aren't getting a full percentage out of what they really getting. But that's another conversation for another day. Maybe never. I don't think that they're getting, those people that are in those situations, I don't think they're getting the best potential situation that they could be getting. Okay, let's just leave that there. But I do feel like most lease drivers can pimp the system. What do you mean, Jay? So glad you asked. I believe that, to me, if I walk in the door, right, and if I put anywhere from no money down to, let's say, $5,000 down on a lease purchase, whatever, it's the same thing. The only difference is you can buy the truck or not. But on the day-to-day, week-to-week, annual, whatever, it's the same situation. If you get in a lease that is a walk-away lease, and you get in that lease and you run that lease for, let's say, a solid year, right? And let's say you net $110,000. And that's rounded down. After taxes, let's say you spend $30,000 in taxes. So you take home, out of that 110, you take home $80,000, give or take. You might spend more in taxes, you might spend less. I'm not a tax expert. You do your own shit. So let's say you walk away with, for that year, $80,000. If you take that $80,000, right, that you made while you were leasing, let's say you used $40,000 of it to live, right? So now you got $40,000 left, right? Let's throw a big ass number out there, right? Let's say you spent $10,000 in maintenance, which is ridiculous. I just don't see it. But let's just say that you did $10,000, right? So it leaves you with $30,000. $30,000, right? Let's say you take that $30,000 and you go get a $15,000 truck. And now you have a $15,000 truck. You still have a lease truck that you can continue to use or walk away from. You have lived for a year, paid your bills and everything. You paid all your taxes, and you still got $15,000 that you can continue to build on. How is that being pimped? I took care of my home responsibilities and then some. I bought a truck cash, which is what everybody tells me to do. I continue to run a productive lease. And granted, now that, again, $10,000 in maintenance is really ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in what you call an old truck for a lease driver. In 2020, I got this 2017 Freightliner with 390,000 something miles on it. And the most money that I have spent to date at one time was $2,500 for some tires. That's it. Every other time was PMs, had a sensor go out, nothing over $400, $500, maybe $600. Besides that one time, I just spent $2,500 on trailer, and that's because I got all virgin tires. I didn't want no retreads on my trailers. So I probably could have spent half of that if I had got retreads. But I didn't want to be that guy, especially because it's about to warm up outside. I just, you know what I mean? What's the point of making all this money if you ain't gonna spend it? So I say all that to say, when people keep saying you getting pimped, how? If my objective, now mind you, that's if my objective was to buy a cash truck. If I want to keep leasing and losing and I don't spend that 15 grand, guess what? I got $30,000 in an account. All my bills are paid, my taxes are paid, and I'm ready to do it again next year. So now that 30 gonna turn into what? If everything goes exactly the same way, another $60,000. How is that being pimp? Somebody got to explain that to me. Maybe I need to go on Urban Dictionary and find out maybe my definition of pimping is incorrect. Because my understanding with pimping, the hoes really ain't making no money. They're not making no life-changing money. They just being fucked. They get a roof over their head, get some food, get some clothes, make them look good. But they ain't living they living like minimum wage type lifestyle. The hoes ain't living no extravagant lifestyle. That's why most of them want to get away from the pimp. You know, the pimp, the one that they got the $1,000 suit with the big Cadillac with the spokes on that hoe. You know, big old hat and shit. Shades might look like this, a little more colorful. But yet, lease drivers are out here changing their lives. You know what I'm saying? Elevating their family's lifestyle. Buying the cash truck of their dreams. Starting fleets. Or funneling cash into other business ventures. How is that being pimped? Somebody got to break that down to me. No, this is how you pimp the lease driving situation. It is a tool. Nothing more, nothing less. We keep trying to turn these business tools and business opportunities into like fraternity preferences. Oh, you're not cool if you're leasing. You're one of them. No, nigga, I'm a businessman. So if this is making my business money, then that's just what it's going to do. Period. You know what I mean? So I say this to if you thinking about leasing, man, and you worried about being pimped, as long as you got a plan, and with the way things are paying right now, you could get in, run it for a year, pimp the system, and win. That's how I look at it. I mean, hell, that's what I've seen people do. I'm watching people do it as we speak. Shout out to Married to the Miles. They've been leasing all this time. They just bought them a truck. Like I say, YSC, he was leasing. He bought him a truck. The Wright brother, he was leasing. He went to Lone Mountain, got him a truck. It's always, I keep saying it, man. It's levels to this trucking shit, bro. Motherfucker wants you to go from CDL school to authority. No, man, I got to work my way there. Give me some time. Everybody can't just go, because, a lot of these cats came into trucking with financial backing, or they came into trucking with great credit, or they came into trucking already established in some way. A lot of us are coming from slums and whack-ass jobs, making fucking $11 an hour. And we trying to build from that to where we trying to be too. Some cats, they came and already had, like I say, decent credit and connections and all this shit. They just had to apply it to trucking. So don't be afraid to pimp the system, man. It is possible. You can lease a truck as a tool and put yourself further along than you would be by taking the old traditional way. Everything changes, people. We keep talking about, ways and doing things that have been around for decades, man. Everything changes, everything adapts. So yeah, you can keep doing it the old-fashioned way, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to understand the reality that there are better ways, more efficient ways, more productive ways, and just easier ways to do shit without having to go, the old scenic route to get your stripes, unless you're just trying to appease a certain crowd of people. Because from what I've seen on social media, some people are making business decisions because they're afraid to be criticized by the let's call them the good old boys. You want to be cool and seem cool, and you want everybody to like the decisions that you make. Some of y'all are afraid to make decisions that you feel are going to disappoint people around you. Fuck them. If they ain't put no money in your business, fuck them. You're talking about, like, I love all my family, friends, and everything, but when it comes to this business and putting food on the table for my family, hey, man, it ain't even a discussion. Whatever I feel like is the best thing to do, that's just what we gonna do. If you don't agree with it, that's cool, but keep your input to yourself if you ain't putting in on this. You feel me? So, but I'm getting long-winded, so I'm gonna cut the video. But I feel like in this video, I explained to you how, yes, it is possible to pimp leasing. You don't have to let leasing always pimp you. You know, if you get in one bad leasing situation, cool, learn from it and just find you a better situation, because there is a lot of different leasing situations out here, and no, they're not all bad. There is a lot of bad, but there's a lot of bad of anything that you decide that you're going to do. You just have to be smart enough to know what to and what not to do. So, but y'all know the vibes, man. Stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God, family, trucking, man. And remember, keep pushing. Your goals are closer than what you think it is, man. I'm gone.